Very good afternoon and welcome to the KBRC on this sunny afternoon. We are on the Goldfields Tattersalls Club Cup Day and we have very little changes here. If you are on course or in the members and looking to mark up your book here, the only change you need to make is in race number 8, scratch number 10 Made My Way, first emergency number 15 Fiendish to be ridden by Luke Campbell, and scratch 16 the second emergency Trigger Finger. One scratching for the entire meeting, one rider change for the entire meeting, otherwise all as published. Race number 1 is the DNR Plumbing and Gas Services Maiden over 1200 metres. Number 3 Northern Sunrise and number 7 Grey Revolution have both gone out early and have made their way behind the barriers. So we start our preview with Big Player here, who has yet again been backed into favouritism. At his last 5 starts, he's been beaten at $2.20, $1.80, $2.10, $4, $5, and today is into $3.50 from an opening quote of $7.50. So the punters continue to launch this galloper regardless of his beaten favouritism in recent runs. I just need to see him produce it on race day. There's clearly a level of ability there somewhere, but his best and his worst are such a long way apart. He's 1400 back to 12. He gets the services of the leading rider in the region in Lucy Fiore, but he is short for a horse that is a 15-start maiden. Number 2, Manganui, given a month between runs by Helen Harding. She brings this galloper from 1600 back to 1200 and today legs aboard Braden Garth. Drawn inside, has some speed as well, a $5.50 chance in betting. Number 3, Northern Sunrise, already behind the gates. Lisa Staples rides for Ross Craig. Start number 17 for him today. He's had a lot of opportunity and he is at $34. Number 4, Schwa Risker, to be ridden today by Tash Faithful, taking over from a claiming apprentice, has gone from 1600 back to 14, now back to 12 as they try and figure him out and get the best out of him. Peter Fernie's his trainer, but he's going to need to stay in touch with them early. They might well run him off his legs. However, he's kept safe in betting at $6. Number 5, Henry I Am, on debut for Helen Harding and hasn't had a barrier trial since December of 2023. So a big unknown here, this horse. He's at $41, but in his most recent trial, he was only 5.5 off Angel Undercover, who is a genuine Saturday type in the metro area. So we'll wait and see what he can produce on debut. Vicky Corver takes the ride from barrier 9. Number 6, If You Blush, has her first start for Peter Fernie. Second up run of the prep. She resumed over 1300 at Northern when beaten almost 6 lengths by Western Power, and she is a mare that got out as far as 1800 when last in work. So another one here that might find the 1200 metres on the shorter side. She's at $7.50. Chanel Cooper rides and takes off 2 kilos. Number 7, Grey Revolution, is a very enigmatic mare. She can be a bit of a handful too, both in the mounting yard and behind the barriers. But at the moment, Charlotte Skerritt's got this galloper going well. She was good last start, into second behind Secret Style, who is popular later on in betting. Was only a length off American Thighs, was only a half head off Bad Boy Boo. Knocking on the door, gets a good chance today, even from that awkward draw, is a $5 chance, Grey Revolution. Number 8, Alounda Star. Trevor Tasker and Chloe as a party combine. Last start seen over 1400 and simply couldn't keep up in the early and middle stages. Does have a bit more speed than that and wouldn't be surprised to see them use it, but she is a $51 chance nonetheless. Number 9, Naughty Love, 1600 back to 1400 back to 12. A lot of these gallopers don't look very well suited over the 6 furlongs, but unfortunately programming meant that if you're going to go around in a maiden today, your only choice was 1200 metres. So I thought that Naughty Love would find this far too short and is the $61 outsider. Final horse to preview, and my on-top selection is number 10, She Is God. Ran quite well first up at Belmont Park on a soft track over 1,000, and then had absolutely no luck last start in the Western Power race at Northam. Troy Turner takes the ride here for travelling Hayden Ballantyne, and from that draw should get the right run, and is each way, currently at $6. My numbers in the opener are 10, 7, 6 and 5. 10, She Is God, should get a lovely run from that draw, and I'm thinking here that the provincial maiden form is probably as strong, if not stronger, than the rest of these locals. From 7 in Grey Revolution, who, if she gets across, should run a big race here. Number 6, If You Blush, first start here for Peter Fernie, 1200 on the short side, and a big drifter in betting is a concern, is now 650 out to 9. And number 5, I'm going to throw in Henry I Am at 40 to 1 here. Bit of an unknown, hasn't trialled leading into his debut, at least since he's been with Helen Harding. Going 10, 7, 6 and 5, but once again, the story of the market is Big Player, $7.50 into $3.10 as he looks to break through today at his 6th run for Peter Fernie up in Kalgoorlie. Less than 3 minutes away from the opener here this afternoon. Darren McCauley is calling all the action. He'll be with you shortly. If you're having a bet, you can use the tote facilities on course, or alternatively, if you're looking to have a bet today with a bookmaker, Peter McCormack is set up underneath the grandstand near the sports bar where the Tats Club function is, and he will take any bet that you want, and I'm sure he'll match the tab touch prices if you give him a little nudge. My numbers here in the opener, 10, 7, 6 and 5. Good luck with your bets in race number 1. Darren McCauley with you shortly to call them home in the first maiden.
Runners now behind the starting gates for the opening event. D&R Plumbing and Gas Services Maiden, big player, 320, heading up the market on tab touch. Manganui, She Is God, both at around $6 with Grey Revolution. Schwariska's in the market around $4.80. Club's colours worn by the rider of 9, Naughty Love, Christy Bennett, in the club's emergency silks as the field gathers over at the 1200 starting gates. Alounder Star, Schwariska, Manganui and Henry I Am If You Blush over here. Now Alounder Star is the one to come up along with Manganui. In goes Grey Revolution. And If You Blush and Henry I Am also are about to join the line. She Is God remains out, so does Big Player. Northern Sunrise. And the one here in the club silks, Naughty Love. Christy Bennett there wearing the pink, turquoise and yellow silks as they continue to load the runners in on this glorious day for Tats Cup and Gold Rush Stakes Day 2024. Track looking in terrific condition as well. Moving forward is Naughty Love, goes up, and Northern Sunrise and She Is God, big player, the last of them, to now join them here at the 1200 metre mark. First of 8. In the Geisel Park colours, She Is God is about to be led forward here by one of the barrier staff. She Is God coming forward. And the starter goes to the ladder as we wait for Big Player. One of 28 runners from the Kambana Lodge Yard of Peter Fernie running this afternoon. The red light goes on. They're flashing. Field is set. Ready to go here in the opening event for the day. Stand by for a start. Gates have opened, they're off, and Schwariska was very tardy coming out of the gates, missed it. Henry I Am went back. Big players in the back half early on, and amongst the first to get going here soon after the start, Grey Revolution working its way to the lead. Settles down a length in front. She Is God goes up running second, being closely followed then on settling down by Manganui. Around the outside goes Northern Sunrise, 3 deep at the 800 with If You Blush settling just off the speed in a handy spot. Big player improving 3 deep working down the side, and then came Schwariska. Alounder Bay further back in the field when they come down the side of the course. It's back in proceedings, and back with it as well as Naughty Love, and Henry I Am is a clear last. They come towards the turn. The leader Grey Revolution by the 400. She Is God going up trying to apply some pressure, being followed over on the inside next of all at the top of the straight, Manganui, and they're being closely followed then over on the outside. Northern Sunrise with 200 left to go. Big players starting to wind up as well. It's coming quickly down the outside. Big Player to reach the lead. Big Player hits the front. Grey Revolution goes with it though. Big Player, Grey Revolution. Big Player on the outside doing a bit the better and has got the money. Finishing fast on the outside late. If You Blush. It came with a real run late, but Big Player has won from If You Blush and maybe Grey Revolution. Manganui is close up with Schwariska. She Is God is next home. They were followed further back in the field when they'd pulled up Northern Sunrise, and then came Alounder Star, and well back in the field Naughty Love, and the last of them home is Henry I Am, who was a furlong behind them. Big Player is the winner, ridden by Lucy Fiore. Big Player, the favourite salutes. If You Blush came quickly late. The stablemate. Big Player holding on. If You Blush, second in 1:12.62. And number 7, Grey Revolution, held on to third, just in front of 4, Schwariska. The numbers are 1, 6, 7 and 4 here. Interim placings are 1, 6, 7 and 4. Big Player by Performer, the 4-year-old from Alavera, trained by Peter Fernie and ridden by Lucy Fiore. And that's about win 51, I think, for the year for Pete. And just enjoying the most remarkable of seasons. Quinnella's the first with If You Blush by Euphrasia. Chanel Cooper second. Grey Revolution by Russian Revolution in third place, ridden by Zeph Johnston Porter. And the margins are a long neck and a neck. They've run home in 34.92. The numbers are 1, 6, 7 and 4. Following race number 1. Big Player race by Mrs. Karen Fernie, B. Armstrong, Paul Jackson, Andrew Ingalls, Brett Turner, Crabs in a Bucket Syndicate, John Relf, Chris Chalwell, Seymour Bloodstock, managed by Darren Thomas. If You Blush, the runner-up. Grey Revolution third. Big Player back in the field there, a little slow to step around them, worked 3 deep, found a bit of cover and hitting the front in the straight with If You Blush, the stablemate, charging home late. Next event today will be the running of the EBM Insurance and Risk Goldfields Maiden over 1,200 metres. And it's a field of 10, no changes to come, only the one scratching for the meeting, and that comes up in the last on the card.